All right. Sean Zittel, FightHype.com here, joined with the former rock star, the former super featherweight champion, unified ring magazine champion, just overall badass, Miss Mikaela Mayer, overseas, I presume, in the United Kingdom, ready to fight for the IBF welterweight championship against Natasha Jonas next Saturday. Mikaela, what's going on? How you doing?
I'm actually still in Vegas. I leave tomorrow to the UK. So, yeah, last day of sparring here. I got one more workout after I hang up the phone with you, but for the most part, camp has gone really well. Everything's come together, feeling sharp. Uh, Weight's coming down nicely. I know I'm going divisions, but it's still a little bit of a cut. I finally let my body grow out and put muscle on. So, um, yeah, but a normal cut and a healthy cut, and like I'm gonna feel better than ever.
Is there, we still see the famous Olympic tattoo there on your right shoulder, or is it? Yeah, your right. Was that your left shoulder? Your right
Am I
shoulder.
right?
Your right
Mm-hmm.
shoulder. Any national pride heading into this, like back in the day with the Olympics?
Um, I think people are trying to make it that, but my last three fights have been over in the UK. This is my fourth time fighting over there. So I've built a fan base out there and I love the UK and I love fighting out there. So I don't really want to be seen as the outsider. I think that I'm not going to be able to avoid that to an extent because it is going to be in Liverpool, which is their hometown. And I know the majority of the crowd is going to be probably for Tasha, but I know I have my fan base there. So I want them to know that I got their back too, and that I'm just kind of an adopted Brit at this point.
Gotcha. She is, a fighter that went all the way up to 154, became the champion in that division, unified. So, with that said, who's the bigger fighter? Who's the bigger puncher next Saturday?
So I think it's no secret that I've never been a small one pounder. If anything, people have been telling me I'm a bully, but that was where I held the belt. That was where my opportunity was, and that's where I had to stay and fight. So I did what I had to do. But this is more of my natural weight. Now, where Tasha has the advantage is she's been fighting at a heavier weight for a longer time. So she's naturally been able to, let her muscles fill out and, compete against bigger, heavier girls. So this will be my first time really going up and banging with a 147 pounder, but um I'm ready. It's one of the reasons why I moved up slowly. I had to fight at 35, I had to fight at 142. I've been working on it. I've been conscious of the changes that I've had to make, but I fought to get down to 130 for so long, and there's repercussions that come with that. So it took time for me to reverse that. And I'm still going to be reversing that as I grow into the 147-pound division. But I've done the best I could to get ready for this fight and be the strongest I can be.
None of these women you fought from 30 to 42 have ever hurt you. Um, so what was so did you have to adjust your style at all fighting in this new weight class? Is it any like major adjustments to what you normally do? Because usually you're the bully in there. You're the bigger woman.
Mhm.
They can't hurt you. What do you think of
I still think that I'm gonna be bigger because look at me, Natasha. Like I still like she's up to here on me. And no doubt. So I think you guys are gonna see once we get in that ring that I'm actually the bigger fighter. But as far as training, no, I've always sparred heavier people in the gym. I've sparring guys and go long rounds and rotating sparring partners, and so not much change there. Just really getting the lefties in there. That was a big in this camp was making sure I had the proper lefty work.
Yeah, and she tried to say the lie detector test says that's a lie when talking about your comfort level with southpaws. And during that face off you two had where you spoke to each other, she just seemed extremely confident in general. How do you read Natasha right now?
Yeah, she seems confident. Seems like she always seems to me. I don't think I've ever seen her act one way versus another. Like she's always just Natasha. So she didn't seem any different in our face off. She didn't seem to be acting any different than she normally would against any other opponent. So yeah, I really didn't have much thought about it. Seemed pretty just again, Natasha.
Gotcha. And this is the first time, Mikaela, as a professional, that you're an underdog. Not by much. It's pretty much 50-50 at the odds, but I think this is the first time, even the Baumgardner fight, you were the favorite. This is the first time you're an underdog. What's it like being in this position for the first time?
I've thought about it. Does not bother me at all, honestly. Like I feel like after the year I've had, I don't care if I'm the underdog or not. This is the type of fight that I want to be a part of. I don't want to have fights like I've had the last year against, you know, non-championship fights against girls that maybe don't have the biggest name. Like I want to be inspired the best of the best. So, I don't care if people think, I know myself. I'm very experienced now. I have all the experience that I need going into the fight, no matter what the fans think, no matter if the audience boos me. I'm ready for whatever. Confident in my hands. So, yeah, we'll see. I'll prove them wrong.
Is this a must-win fight? Not to keep boxing and being, a top fighter in professional boxing, but is it a must-win fight if you want to remain one of the faces of women's boxing?
You know, as far as faces, like I feel like I've done enough in my career where not one fight can take away what I've done in the sport, and the legacy that I've created for myself and everything that I've done for women's boxing. Like one fight can't change. But, I do have a vision for how I want my career to go. And it's already been altered slightly. And I've had to take that setback this last year. And I don't want to do that again. I want to have that belt because it's not just about the belt. It's about having the leverage fights that I want. Um, and I want the biggest fights. I want the fights that fans want to see. And I don't have control over who I fight unless I have that belt. So I need that leverage. I need that belt. And that's why this fight is extremely important. Every fight at this point in my career is extremely important. But yeah, I do recognize the pressure going into this fight, and that's okay because this is what I wanted.
You mentioned how the path got a little altered last year. That, of course, would be Baumgardner. When Baumgardner tested positive, forgive me if my pronunciation wrong, Master alone. What your thoughts were what last year or not last year when that happened in August? Your thoughts were what?
I was shocked because as much as I dislike Baumgardner, I didn't think that she would do like that. And I think it's because, honestly, it's because she's been such an Christian, right? She's always talking about God and doing the right thing and being a good person and blah blah blah. So this was definitely a shocker to me that she would do that. But nonetheless, you never know. To me, I absolutely believe that she was doing it because the levels she tested for were extremely high. And one of those drugs were what, a black market drug. You can't even get it in America. So it's not like something she accidentally found in her lotion or wherever in her food. You know what I'm saying? Or her supplements. Like I absolutely believe that she was doping. And the only concern now is why hasn't there been any punishment in place? Like why is this still ongoing? And I think it has something to do with the Detroit Michigan Commission has been like pretty much non-existent. So they have been able to implement the punishment, but hopefully it still happens because there obviously has to be more consistency throughout all the fighters who test positive, more fear instilled. Um, yeah, and it's just a shame. I feel like she had a lot going for her in the position that she was in. It's just sad because now her whole legacy is in question.
Well, I know before the news of that came, you thought you won that fight, and that was a great high-speed chess match, very close fight. So do you now feel like an undefeated fighter again? Like you got beat by someone who had an advantage you did not? And you just how do you unpack all of that?
I don't that's not my first fight is that's not my first thought is, oh, I'm an undefeated fighter now. Like honestly, I never felt like I lost that fight. And so um I still have my confidence, it's not like I felt like I had been defeated. It just sucked because my career path had to I didn't get to continue on the path that I thought that I would get to continue on. So that was the frustrating part. But my confidence never. Uh being happy is not the most important thing. What's most important to me is putting on the biggest fights possible and getting the biggest fights done. And because I got that L, I wasn't able to do that the last year. So that's the messed up. That's the frustrating part. Um, But yeah, other than that, now I'm back in position. That's why I want so bad, so I can continue to call the shots that I want to make.
Well, yeah. If you win this title, you're world champion at 147. She's talked about going up to 47. Would you welcome a rematch with Baumgardner for your title if you win this fight?
No, I am not entertaining Baumgardner at all right now. She needs to clear her name or, take the punishment coming towards her. She's going on acting like this is no big deal and she's cleared her name. It's freaking delusional. You can't clear your own name with your own drug test. So I'm focused on Natasha Jonas. I'm focused on women at 147, the clean fight, the other girls at this in this generation that I respect. And she's doing everything she can to stay relevant right now by calling out Claressa Shields and doing whatever. I'm not giving that any mind. And I don't think Claressa should be paying any attention to it either.
Well, is there at all a bit of an "I told you so" on your part with Claressa, because you guys got the matching Olympic tattoos, and she kind of, she didn't really pick a side between you and Alycia, and now she's here, and now she's getting called out by Alycia. Yeah, any thoughts on how that's all played out, the beef between them now?
Yeah, she definitely befriended Baumgardner. And I think, and also she defended her after Pop taught, a good friend. I don't know what, but I think now she maybe regrets jumping to her defense so quickly because Baumgartner wasn't loyal to her. So yeah, I don't know. They can deal with that.
I want to close on that topic. Did you ever spar Claressa back in the Olympic Center in Colorado or ever anywhere?
We worked technical sparring together, yeah, back in the day. Not like full on sparring because we were divisions apart, but we always did some technical stuff, yeah.
So the question then is, you sparred Claressa, you fought Alycia. If by some miracle Claressa can even get down to 140, if that fight could ever happen at any weight, what would it look like?
I haven't even thought about that because I don't think it's a realistic fight right now. Claressa Shields has never fought below 54.
Right.
Can she get to 147? Would that even be healthy for her? She's the champ. She should call the shot. She shouldn't let Baumgardner, try to bully her into coming down to a weight that she doesn't feel comfortable in coming to. So it just doesn't even make sense to me. And Baumgartner's fighting at 130. So, and about to get stripped. So there's just so many factors, like even doesn't even make sense to try and break down this fight that is really not, I don't see happening.
So let's close with your fight then next Saturday. Natasha Jonas, IBF welterweight title. Um, Again, she's the slight favorite at the book. She's fighting at home. She's been a champion as high as 54. It's your first fight at 47. So then why does Mikaela Mayer win this fight?
She is a favorite. I think a lot has to do with it is Liverpool. She's already the champion. I think people are questioning whether I can hang at 147, which to me, when I was fighting out at 130, everybody was calling me a weight bully. And now I'm going to 47, which is a lot more natural of a weight for me, even though I'm still cutting a little bit. It's a lot more comfortable of a weight for me. So, I think you guys are going to see that I'm actually the bigger fighter. Now she's been fighting at for longer, so she has more strength. I'll let you know fight. But this is also going to be a strategic technical fight. And I feel like I'm one of the most technical fighters in the game. I'm going to have a strategy with Coach Al in my corner. And I'm hungry. I need I need this fight to get back in position. So you're going to see the fighter in me that you guys have seen in the past. I can box, but I can bang it out too. So you're going to see a little bit of everything in this fight.
Are you giving me a little bit of like Tyson Fury before the Wilder rematch, where he's like, I'm coming right for him and I'm gonna run him over? Because you're like, man, I'm not little. I'm big here at 147. Yeah. I'm still the bully.
Yeah, I gotta show it. There's a lot of unknowns going into this fight, which I think the reason why some people are so intrigued by it is because they've never seen me fight at this heavy of a weight. They're confident that Tasha is this big puncher. I'm not so confident because even though she's knocked out a couple opponents at these heavier weights, she still has never fought someone of my caliber at these heavier weights because the toughest competition and the most competitive girls are usually at the smaller weights. So I think I'm her toughest fight at this bigger weight. And we'll see. We're just gonna have to see, huh?
I was looking forward to the fight, but I'm more excited now after talking with you.
Okay, good.
Bringing the energy. So
Yeah.
I'm sure you'll have Hassim Rahman Sr. and everyone back in Vegas at DLX rooting for you. How much have they helped you get ready for this?
Oh yeah, for sure. I moved out here. Well, I've done my last three camps out here, and I before I hopped on the plane in my last fight, I literally went on my way to the airport, closed on my house. So I knew this is where I had to be. I have everything I need here, the UFC PI, with all my strength and treatment that I need to physical therapy. K's right tons of at DLX, tons of gyms here, lots of good sparring. So just everything I need. A lot more action than in Colorado. So
Well,
um, yeah, this I have everything I need. This is where I needed to be, and that's why I moved here. And it's gonna be good. They've all been really supportive, and yeah, they'll be rooting for me.
thanks so much, Mikaela. Always great to catch up with you. Major props to you moving up to a new weight class, going to fight the champion in their backyard. Best of luck. And if there is anything else you got to say, you've given me enough. But if there's anything else you got to say, let it rip.
No, nothing. Be sure to tune in. Make sure you wear your burgundy maroon, whatever ish. No, it's a little too bright. Darken it up a little bit. If you're Team Mikaela, even if you're sitting in front of the TV, get your burgundy on. Otherwise, ESPN are live at the M&S Bank Arena, January 20th.
Thanks, Mikaela.
Thanks.
Take care. Thanks, Mikaela. Have a good one.
Awesome. Talk to you later. Bye.